The controversial new director of the training at the Albuquerque Police Academy is now firing back. At the time of her hiring, she was a chief deputy for Bernalillo County, being investigated by her own sheriff's department. Jessica Tyler sat down exclusively with News 13's Kim Baez and says her only crime was standing up to the good old boys club.
As difficult as this has been, if we don't stand up for this type of thing, it's not going to change.
Major Jessica Tyler, who spent 15 years at the Bernalillo County Sheriff's Department, becoming the only female chief deputy in the department's history, says a lot has happened within the department walls that has gone untold.
These were derogatory statements of a sexual nature that were untrue, and most people would be ashamed to know that somebody that they knew would make comments like that.
Tyler says most came from one lieutenant. She says the previous sheriff had been advised of the situation and helped keep the two separated. But in January, when Tyler learned that lieutenant was going to be promoted to Internal Affairs Commander, judging the conduct of others, under her supervision, she went to her new boss, Manny Gonzalez.
When I had approached the new sheriff about my concerns, he had said that he would take them into consideration, but ultimately he had decided that that person was still the best person for the job in his mind and the best decision for the sheriff's department. That concerned me greatly.
That's when Tyler filed an official sexual harassment complaint, a complaint that was later deemed sustained by the panel with the Human Resources Department. A few months later, an internal investigation was launched into the Reserve Academy Tyler oversaw.
At that point, I could see the writing on the wall. I knew that they were doing whatever they could to try to find something on me to get rid of me.
While the internal investigation was heavily redacted, it pointed out questions Sheriff Gonzalez had about who signed off on having the academy, why most of the deputies being trained were from other counties, the $25,000 overtime cost to put it on, and where the money was coming from. The documents provided by the department did not include a conclusion from those outside investigators. But the findings of Sheriff Manny Gonzalez were. He found Tyler violated a series of standard operating procedures, including following chain of command, supervisor duties, and conduct on duty. The sheriff states neither myself nor Under Sheriff Mora had ever given approval for the Reserve Academy, and he was not included in the review of reserve cadets included.
How do you answer these allegations from the sheriff's department against you, saying you broke the rules?
I did not. The sheriff was fully aware of everything that was going on within the department.
We did find this picture on Facebook of the sheriff on the first day of that academy, quote, welcoming the new cadets.
At that point, the sheriff had total authority to either stop or postpone the rest of the Reserve Academy if he really felt it was so outrageous.
The academy continued. Among those who completed it, Larry Allen, the man tapped by Sheriff Gonzalez to be his new undersheriff. Allen needed that training to qualify for his promotion. Now, Sheriff Gonzalez is taking his complaint against Tyler one step further to the State Law Enforcement Board, asking for Tyler's badge. The outcome could affect her new job as Director of Training at the Albuquerque Police Department, an important role amid the DOJ investigation, finding officers need better training following a pattern of excessive force. Tyler is fighting it.
Do you regret filing that claim?
No. The reason why it's 2015 and we're still dealing with these issues is because the type of behavior and what I've been put through is used to deter other people from coming forward, and I won't have that.
We reached out to Sheriff Manny Gonzalez for an interview on this situation. He responded with a statement today saying in part, quote, employees of the Bernalillo County Sheriff's Department are held to the highest standards. Any report or allegation of misconduct by an employee are taken very seriously and will not be tolerated at any level. We've put his full statement on our website. Back to you.
Thank you, Kim. APD Police Chief Gordon Eden continues to defend his decision to hire Jessica Tyler. At last night's City Council meeting, councilors asked the chief why APD would hire someone for such an important position who is under an IA investigation at her current job. The chief said Tyler was upfront about it and that he believed her side of that story.
When she told me what the investigation was about how the investigation she feels was originated. I made a decision that that would not influence her ability to serve in this executive role at the Academy.
Tyler is a major with APD. So, Mark.